the entire life of Jesus on the map. In Bethlehem, around 4 BC, Jesus Christ was born, fulfilling ancient prophecies. To escape King Herod's decree, his family fled to Egypt, returning later to Nazareth, where he grew up. At 30 years old, Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River and began his ministry, traveling through Galilee, preaching, healing, and performing miracles in cities like Capernaum, Cana, and Bethsaida. He journeyed to Caesarea Philippi, where Peter declared him the Messiah, then to Bethany, where he raised Lazarus from the dead. Entering Jerusalem, he was welcomed as king, but soon betrayed, arrested in Gethsemane, and crucified at Golgotha. On the third day, he rose from the dead, appearing to his disciples in Emmaus and Galilee, before ascending from the Mount of Olives, promising, "I am with you always to the end of the age." Jerusalem, around the Sea of Galilee, the ministry of Jesus begins, not with speeches, but with miracles. In Capernaum, he casts out a demon in the synagogue and heals Peter's mother-in-law from a fever. Soon, the sick and desperate flock to him. He touches a man with leprosy and forgives and heals a paralyzed man lowered through a roof. At a wedding in Cana, he turns water into wine, his first recorded miracle. He calms a raging storm on the sea, raises a widow's son in the town of Nain, and feeds 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. In Nazareth, his hometown, he's rejected and performs few miracles there. But across Galilee, the signs are undeniable. 12 miracles. And the journey has just begun. Gentile lands and growing crowds. Jesus now moves south into Judea and beyond. In Jerusalem, by the Pool of Bethesda, he heals a man who had been paralyzed for 38 years. In a synagogue, he restores a man's withered hand on the Sabbath, sparking outrage from the Pharisees. He walks on water across the Sea of Galilee and heals many simply by letting them touch the hem of his garment. In Tyre and Sidon, outside Jewish lands, he casts a demon out of a Gentile woman's daughter. In Decapolis, he opens the ears of a deaf man and gives sight to a blind man at Bethsaida. Back in Galilee, he feeds 4,000 more with just 7 loaves. And in a village called Nain, he raises Jairus' daughter from the dead, telling her simply, "Talitha koum," little girl, arise. As Jesus journeys toward Jerusalem, his miracles continue and intensify. 10 lepers cry out from a distance. He heals them all, yet only one returns to thank him. In Perea, he blesses children, then restores sight to blind Bartimaeus near Jericho. Entering Jerusalem, the crowds welcome him with palm branches, but tension rises. In the temple, he overturns tables, then heals the blind and the lame. During his final week, he curses a barren fig tree, and it withers. At his arrest, he restores the severed ear of a guard, and after the cross, the greatest miracle, the empty tomb. Jesus is risen. The miracles point to who he truly is.